Good evening and Ramadan Kareem to you all. I'm your host Lara Sam'an, here to bring you a great line of segments featuring local talents, initiatives and events from around the kingdom as we celebrate the holy month. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. The Bahrain Science Center for SDGs was integrated in August 2018 under the Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs. The center aims to raise awareness about the Sustainable Development Goals and empower young people and adults to play an active role in having a positive impact on their local communities, country, and the world. With us in the studio, Youth Activities Specialist Latifa Abdullah and Najma Ghuloom. Hi Latifa and hi Najma, welcome to our studio today.
Thank you for having us.
So, can you tell us more about the center in general?
So the Bahrain Science Center operates under the Ministry of Youth and Sport Affairs, and it was launched in 2018 with a focus on the Sustainable Development Goals, which come as a global call to action from the United Nations for people, planet and prosperity.
Just to save our planet. Let's look at it that way, because of course with everything that's happening around the world and all the plastic wastage and everything, that we have to think of these things. Correct?
Yes, but it's not just necessarily that, but one of the things the center does is integrate these sustainable development goals within our daily life, so it doesn't feel like I have to take extra steps to be more socially conscious.
It's something that you can do daily.
Yeah, but to integrate that within our lifestyles, and the center does that through educational programs, workshops for youth, children, adults at different levels. So, and also the center has a physical space for you to go and learn what the SDGs are, what are they about, why do they exist, and how can you as an individual contribute to the.
Which is amazing. Like you said, that it's a way to incorporate in your daily life, not just think, oh, I have to take this huge step, which is all of us, that's what we think. I'm one of those people that think that too. So when you said, I'm thinking, yes, that's how I thought as well. And can you tell us what's the strategy the center is following to achieve sustainable development goals and empower young people?
Sure. So as my colleague Najma mentioned, we really look to provide opportunities for not just young people, but also organizations all working on addressing social and environmental challenges in the country. So to build youth capacity in enabling them and empowering them to contribute to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And we do this through making sure we provide opportunities where they can build their skills and get the knowledge needed to achieve to this global plan to action. And everything that the Bahrain Science Center for SDGs works on is in alignment with the mission of the Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs, where it's really important for us to make sure that every young person in Bahrain feels safe, seen, supported, trusted and wanted. And by this we want to ensure that we instill hope in every young person. And this was highlighted through the celebration and the inauguration of the first ever Bahraini National Youth Day on March 25th, 2022.
Yes, that was the first day, and it was a huge thing that actually happened, I noticed. It was a very big thing. And now we have the road as well, correct? That
yes,
says,
we do.
Yes, yes, which is an amazing initiative. I love it. I'm hoping in the next years it's going to be even better. And can you tell us that I'm sure you guys are working on some very interesting programs at the moment. Can you tell us about them?
A lot of the programs that are ongoing right now with the center come under the umbrella of what we have branded as the Ghaya Initiative, which basically brings together organizations, community members, individuals, specifically young people, to come together to work towards social innovation. Because addressing SDGs or the Sustainable Development Goals is not an individual responsibility, it's a community. It's a community call to action. So what we're trying to do is drive this through social innovation, which is basically how can you as an individual work on solutions, initiatives, programs, projects at all levels to achieve these goals in all the different areas that are possible in all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So how we do that is through different programs under the umbrella of Ghaya. One of which is currently ongoing, which is the Ghaya Impact Internships Program, which is a 3 months long internship program where we've placed a cohort of 10 incredibly socially conscious young people in different social enterprises across Bahrain.
Okay.
And they do all sorts of work, from NGO to private companies to consultancies.
Oh, wow.
That are
okay.
all, their core mission has to do with addressing one of the social development goals, or the sustainable development goals.
That's amazing. It even teaches the younger kids now that are growing up and coming into this world that this is how it is now, teaches them things that they'll never know. Like, again, like I mentioned, that you don't get taught in school. So these internships, I'm sure, help a lot and open up their eyes to a lot of things that a lot of people don't see. Yeah.
And these internships, the main aim of designing the program in the way that we have is to show these young people that I can address these issues by either becoming a social entrepreneur myself, or working in one of these organizations, or being involved in so many of these initiatives that are out there. So this is one way that we're introducing it to them. Then we also have other programs, which is a fellowship program for social enterprises that we had, which was 3 months long as well, which was a training program and an award for social enterprises that are active in Bahrain.
Amazing.
A cohort of 9 social enterprises. Yeah.
And currently this year, one of the programs or initiatives running is collaborations that came up as an outcome from this program between different social enterprises. So there are 2 different initiatives or programs, let's say, that are going to be running this year as well.
Okay, which is, it's amazing. I love how you guys do that. And can I ask you, how do you guys find the students that want to intern? Do they apply, or do you guys go and choose people? How does that work?
So with every cohort, like basically we have a profile of the type of people we want to recruit for the cohort based on the needs of the social enterprises. So based off that, we reach out to our network of, because we already have a community
of course,
youth.
that have, of course, all different people working behind the scenes. Let's say, I'm sure you guys have a lot of people working behind the scenes, trying to make sure that you have the correct people for these cohorts.
But also it is open to public, so it's not a closed application where we handpick. The applications do open to public and anyone can apply, and then they go through a series of selection process. Okay,
amazing. Which is, that's I feel like that people can apply as well, makes it people who are really interested in these things. It's like, yes, I want to do this and get into these programs. And can you tell us, other than the 2 events that you guys have coming up, what other future plans do you guys have?
So under the Ghaya initiatives, which really looks to catalyze collaboration between different stakeholders and entities, organizations and individuals, whether they're academics, scientists, social innovators, young change makers, we're looking to create different initiatives that brings together these different entities, let's say, or people, for us to foster this collaborative mindset and culture between them towards the sustainable development goals.
Okay, which is, that's amazing. I'm hoping that we see, I feel like we can put this under the future of 2030 that everybody is looking at, or even before that, I would say.
Hopefully so.
Hopefully very soon, sooner than that. And can you tell us, is there any environmental message you'd like to convey to our viewers in this holy month? What would you like to tell them?
Yeah, we would like to send the message of being more mindful during this holy month, not just in the consumption of food, but rather everything that we consume in our daily lives. And also a reminder to reflect and connect with oneself, with others, and the community.
I love that. That could be a quote. That could literally be a quote. And I should keep that in mind, that I should put these things into my mind as well, because all of us don't. And thank you guys. Thank you for being with us in the studio today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Viewers, stay tuned for more happening on Bahrain Now.
This center was established in 2014, and the idea came, it's not just like a normal cosmetic center, it's an aesthetic, and the concept behind it that we enhance natural beauty. In this center I focused, I like to treat people in a cosmetic way rather than just do cosmetic procedures. When we started the center, the focus was that to educate people first, how they could take care of their skin and how could they age gracefully without doing any fake procedure, and they look naturally. After just short while after opening the center, I had one of the patients who came to me who had a hair problem, and she's been complaining that she had been visiting so many clinics and so many doctors and so many centers in different countries without finding a reasonable treatment or a solution for her condition. From that point, a journey started. I took it on my shoulders that I would like to solve or find a solution for those patients who doesn't have a sector that caters for them. And I started my journey in searching and researching and educating myself and taking courses and attending conferences focusing on hair problems. And since that time, in 2015, I started bringing every single treatment that's available in the world out there, either in the East or the West, to focus on treating different hair problems. We in this clinic, we first focus on the diagnosis of the problem, and after we do the diagnosis, then we design a treatment for each single problem according to their, for each single patient according to their medical problem. It's important to differentiate between hair fall and hair loss, as we know that the hair comes from a follicle, which is the root, and if the hair is falling and the follicle is still there, this is a telogen flavum, which is hair falling. If the follicle is lost, then it is hereditary, and it could lead to baldness, and it's called androgenic alopecia. PRP, it's a general name, and not every PRP is PRP. PRP, by the way, stands for platelet-rich plasma. And to get a better result from PRP, we have to have a lot of platelets and we have to have growth factors. So different clinic does not have the same PRP, because the more we extract platelets and the more we could open those platelets and get growth factors, the better the results. And there are different kits in the market with different results, so they are not the same. So when we talk about how do we treat weak hair or weak follicle, we have to look at it from a bigger picture. We could either enhance and make the hair stronger, or we could eliminate the reasons that make the follicle weaker, okay? And for each category, there are so many treatments. So meaning, if we want to enhance the growth, we could first do a blood test, check what is there missing in the blood, so we could give supplement for whatever deficiency, like with vitamin D and iron. It's a huge problem here in the region, as you know. Or we adjust the hormones if there is any hormonal imbalance, or we could make the hair itself more stronger by either giving growth factors or giving minerals or amino acids or multivitamins or herbal treatments. Some herbs do work, or mix and match of those things. So for each single patient, we actually do a detailed bespoke treatment for each one. So it's not one treatment for everybody. Diagnosis is the first key for any treatment. First, you need to get your diagnosis correct and understand your problem, and then accordingly, the doctor will design the best treatment cater for your condition. The hair transplant is also different varieties, and for ladies is different for men, and there are different techniques and newer techniques in the market. We are doing a DHI implant, which is a most recent type of hair transplant, which with the pain is very minimal and the result is very natural. And for ladies, we don't shave their hair. Regarding the hair transplant, there is one very important message I would like people to understand. Many ladies, they started having hair shedding, and what we have said, it's telogen flavum, and they come and they want to do hair transplant. They think by doing hair transplant, they will get more hair. Hair transplant doesn't mean that, well, we multiply the hairs. Hair transplant means that we relocate hair from one location to the other. So the total number of the hair will still be the same after hair transplant. Sometimes will be even less after hair transplant because not all the hair will grow after hair transplant. So why we do hair transplant if we'll have less number of hair after the hair transplant? Because there are areas that will have no hair and they are in the front, so they are a priority. So we move hair in this area because of cosmetic reasons. Okay, so it's not multiplying hair, it's relocating of hair. I'm proud to say that our center got a few awards. One of them was His Highness the Crown Prince Award of Female Entrepreneur of the Year was in 2017. And we have been awarded as a diamond accreditation from Accreditation Canada for 2 consecutive cycles. And we were the first private center in the Middle East to be accredited the highest level, which is diamond, and we got it 2 in a row. It really makes my day when we have really good results. That's the highlight of the day, when we have a patient walking in the clinic and saying, "Doctor, I cannot thank you enough because you changed my life, you improved my hair." As you know, in hospitals, to diagnose patients, they need to do x-rays, ultrasound, MRI. Here in this clinic, we have our different diagnostic tools for each section of the clinic. So, for example, for skin, we have something called Visia, which is a computerized skin analysis. It gives you more detail about your skin, the open pores, collagen damage, sun damage, hormonal spots, sensitivity. So the patient could see it as if we are doing X-ray for the skin. And accordingly, we design the treatment. So there is not one single treatment for all the patients. Every patient, their skin is unique and they have their own problems. So according to the skin, we design the treatment. Even the type of treatments we do, it's mainly focused on medical problems. It's not only to give a glow and cosmetic, of course that too, but it's mainly focused to treat special treatments. For me, focusing on skin is very important. I have a lot of ladies coming, walking to the clinic, and gentlemen. They are saying, "Doctora, we want to leave the house without putting makeup." And I love it when they say that, because then I really like to help those people. I like to give them the confidence, the glow, skin-free problems, and to make them happy. And it's even practical in daily life, not to put a lot of makeup to cover problems. It's very good to invest in your skin than to invest in your makeup. Okay. And then for the body, we have also special device that will take a picture and show you where is your fat accumulation, and accordingly we can work on that area. As I said, we have different types of body treatments that are non-painful, non-surgical, but it can treat the cellulite, the stretch marks, and especially the stubborn fat. There, like many people, they go to the gym, they do a lot of exercises, but there is one area of stubborn fat that doesn't go away. And I had 2 gentlemen, they were competing to lose weight in the gym. One of them came to the clinic, he was cheating, he was doing treatment here beside the gym to win the competition with his friend. So it does work on stubborn fat. And then for the hair, we have a special camera, it's called a trichoscopy, and it can magnify the hair 10 times. And now I'm going to show you those. And it gives us an idea about the scalp, about the hair, and then accordingly we design the treatment, because many hair problems start from the scalp problem. If we treat the scalp, then the hair falling will stop. This Ramadan, we had introduced a few new treatments, especially for Ramadan. One of them is the Derma Clear from Alma. It's the highest technology in cleaning and doing facial by device. It has a rotating tip for deeper cleaning and stimulating the collagen. So it's one of the pleasant treatments. Also, we introduced a new treatment, it's called Perfectio, which is to tighten the skin, and now also in Ramadan, one of our new treatments. So we had new treatments every now and then we introduce to the clinic that we find it useful and not time consuming, and does not do a downtime, like patient can come, do it and go and practice their daily living as usual. We don't do any damage. Second, it has to be beneficial, there is a result from the treatment. And third, minimal downtime, there is no downtime, because now we have a fast moving life. People does not have the luxury of staying at home because they have red face or blue face or whatever. So those are the three main criteria I focus on when I'm choosing a treatment. So beginning of Ramadan, I was nominated for an award for Best Hair Restoration Case among a worldwide competition. More than 1,000 plus cases have doctors, and I was nominated to be one of the top 3 in Best Hair Restoration, and the nomination was announced in Monte Carlo, Monaco, in a huge conference, and I was so proud to be one of the nominees because I have achieved to do something good for my patients.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below for any inquiries. We love hearing from you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on another episode of Bahrain Now. Good night and God bless.